Okay, we've taken off the telescopic cover. We've got 2 stations sitting back here because we got a lot of supers, an extra deep box on it. So we kind of want to get a good look around at what we got. We're getting into the period of time where having a smoker available and ready to use it is probably a very smart thing.
One thing we need to talk about though is placement of your smoker while with this real hot weather. Make sure you have a platform, a dry area, or someplace that it can't ignite grass because it'll start a fire in a heartbeat.
So
lid worked great.
Before we take this off, looking at the top of this is probably pretty well done. And I think we can look at the bottom and see, just lift it up a little bit, tip it, and see what's going on.
Oh geez, that's good.
Nothing going on down below for our brood. We'll let the strong guy, Jim, lift this off. Oh no, leave the lid on there. We're gonna do that. Yep. Okay, let's smoke this. You notice fewer bees on top of the top bars, but looking down here, we might pull this one, Jim, just to make sure, but it doesn't look like we got anything going on in there. You let Jim work here. And now we can see down. We had a little bit of brood here last week and it's pretty well filled up with honey now. So we've got basically a box of honey here also. Okay. And I want you to know he's beekeeping in shorts today. That's a first for us in the filming business. It's called guts.
There are no brains.
Okay, that one felt pretty light. Let's look at this one right here, see what we got. Make sure the little girl didn't run up here and mess with us. Remember when we put this on, it was empty? So just so you know, you see these queen cups up here. Good example of them just making them. They're filling it in with nectar, so not a reason to go through the whole thing and check for anything. So we're gonna let him go. Now we're down to the issues. So if you'll look here, we have a new frame here, a new frame here, one here, and one here we added to this. We added 4 down below here. So we're gonna take a look at these frames here and see if they're all drawn out and done what we wanted. They kinda didn't draw them all out last time. And a good one to look at is that outside one. You can see they're just starting to draw on Jim's side. You can see if we turn it just a little bit, okay, they're just playing around with it.
Right in here.
You don't see a whole lot of bees. Let's slide this over and look at this one right here. So let's pull this one. This is honey framed. Remember when we moved it up, it was a honey frame. So Jim's gonna check that one right there, see if they're drawing it out. That's a good sign when they're drawing it out that the honey flow is still going and they're happy. And they sure are. Looks like they're starting. You got a little weight in that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Now look at that. The girl says, what you got your fingers in my hive for? So no queen up here, which is good. Yep. Look at that, all filled in. Now look at the stages. This was the early honey they capped. This is the new honey they capped. You can tell by the age of the thing. If you remember from class, Ted talking about how they walk on the comb and they slowly get pollen on it. and it kind of changes the color a little bit. So as you look at the thing going older, it gets a little changed. They're drawing that a little bit. So we don't have a reason looking at this box to put another super on. We're gonna slide everything over and put her back together. Did we happen to weigh this morning? Oh. Okay, that's not drawn out. I can see that right here. So let's go through this a little bit. Jim doesn't want to drop any bees down here on those bare feet. We'll call him the barefoot beekeeper. It's his new nickname.
I won't be doing this much longer because once everything starts to dry up, they're going to get a lot more protective, guard a lot more, and be angry all the time.
So they're drawing that out. That's good. You'll notice we're not seeing a lot of burr comb on top of these. At the very beginning, we were real careful to keep the burr comb off of the bottom bars and the top bars, and now the bees are pretty well not wasting their time doing it. They're drawing that out. So we have plenty of empty frames here and stuff. And for most hobbyists, you'd be nervous you don't see any brood up here. But we made sure we had all brood frames downstairs, so she's probably slightly backed off on laying as things have progressed. I would say down in the valley and stuff, we might be seeing a shift in honey flow and just don't know it yet. Hope all of you got rain last night. Look at that. How's it feel? It's look good. If you look at these, look at this hive, lots of bees on top of the top bars. We don't hardly have a bit of bird comb, but you can see a little white over here. You could see a little bit of not a bunch of honey pulled out. So that kind of tells you if our queen is doing good, she's down here and laying and she's happy and she's playing on her 8 frames and having a good time. Jim's gonna pull that frame out because this has got a lot of bulging comb on it. We still got our eggs and larvae.
No, pollen and honey.
Yeah. Plenty of dogs.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it?
I'll take it.
oh, sorry. Otherwise, it's nectar and pollen.
Same.
Ooh,
Oh, I
where's
don't
our
like-
brood?
I don't like this. Look down
So you can hear us talking here. We're sort of expecting to see brood in here, and we're not seeing any.
there. Back. Hold your finger. Holes, are they coming out or are they going in and looking?
Who's got the smoker? Let me see.
No, it's not in there.
No.
This is all nectar.
Yeah.
Here.
nothing. I don't see any cat brood at all.
I'm looking for eggs.
Got any eggs on that side?
No.
Ooh, baby. I haven't seen any queen sets either.
But they're so calm.
Oh yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be wearing shorts to work them if they didn't have a queen, you wouldn't think.
Lots of pollen in there.
Look at all that pollen and bee bread. Woof.
Which pollen is usually a sign that there's new larva, right?
I always look for it, yeah.
Drone cell?
Yep. A lot of times, though, it's also an indicator that they're storing food for a queen.
Oh, really?
But they haven't even, they lost their queen. They had lots of eggs last time.
I was gonna say, not queen set.
Yeah, they're not attempting
See
any.
any.
Wait, there she is. She's right there. Put your fork out. Put your fork. There she
It's
goes.
not marked anymore.
No,
That's a new queen.
that's a new queen. See her?
Small.
See her? How small she is?
I'm looking, I don't see her.
Go there.
Oh, now I see her.
See how tiny
Yep.
she is?
They have superseded their queen.
That's why we're
And how
not
the hell
seeing-
did we miss that last week?
I wasn't here, so it's not my fault.
It's a fair assessment.
Yeah, that's
You
what
wanna
Army guys
continue,
say.
we know
Hey, I
what's
wasn't
going on
there.
now.
I didn't have anything to do
You
with
want to
it.
continue? We know what's going on
Yeah,
now.
I wouldn't go any further.
No, no reason to.
She hasn't started laying yet.
No.
That's why things are jammed up.
You know what I'd like to do, though, is put a frame that has some empty cells right beside her,
Okay.
so she has a spot to lay.
You think she's gone out and mated yet?
She's pretty
Her
tiny.
body looks like it.
Did it, yeah?
She hasn't laid at all. She hasn't lengthened out or,
No, but she's not in a V shape anymore.
yeah.
Gotta draw this out in a heartbeat.
So we're kind of baiting the queen to lay on that. So next week we'll know exactly where to look. Okay.
I'm
Well,
glad she's down there.
yeah.
Oh, I was getting really worried.
I was glad I didn't have to go through every frame in the other boxes. So, on their own, they replaced this queen. So, last week when we were going through everything, there was a queen cell we didn't find. In fact, we haven't seen any in weeks.
That's how sneaky they are.
Yeah. Don't feel like, I mean, you have 4 guys that are experts here and we didn't see it happen. Now we'll button this up. There's plenty of drones in there, and there's plenty of drones down on the riverbank if she wants to go out and mate and stuff, so she should get thoroughly mated. No problem there. We'll look next week for a surprise to see if we got one.
What did you say about V-shape?
A virgin queen, the abdomen is more in a V.
Then a
Yeah.
circle.
Well, then in a constant 5 parallel lines. So what's your guesstimate on how much honey we've got?
Weight-wise,
Uh-huh.
this weighs about 35 pounds.
But we'll take this weight and have Larry add it to our video so you'll know what our weight of the hive was.
Yeah, I'll come out here and weigh it as soon as we finish putting these back together.
You know, we got the shortest guy doing this. I want you to notice that. him and Sarah, you know.
Sarah's got more honey.
I know.
Than she knows what to do with.
So we got, you know, you have things happen in the bee yard, and you know, you got a great hive. It's got lots of bees. I mean, we got bees in every single box. So, and there's plenty of honey for stores and everything.
They have a brand new queen.
And they got a new queen for next year. Now let's just see if she starts laying. We might have to make some adjustments, okay, on getting them, making sure she has plenty of space to lay in. Boy, they're being stubborn, aren't they? Make sure she has frames to lay next week when we finally see her laying. That's when you'll make some adjustments. So we're going to say today, new queen, look like a carnolin. She's black, and she is
Pretty.
nice looking.
Pretty little girl. It's crazy how we missed her.
15th?
Yes.
15th, yes, sir.
New cotton. Should have marked it.
I wouldn't mark her till she's laying.
No.
Kind of nice. Still a very nice hive.
Oh, the hive looks great. I was getting a little worried about not seeing any brood, but I'm glad we saw the queen.
But we saw bee bread and stuff, so they're prepping for brood. So
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.